Hobbits are filthy little pagans who canonically celebrate Yule. Adorably, I would assume. Not only is this mentioned in Book 6 of The Return of the King, but Appendix D specifies that they partied for a solid 6 days.
There was this large barrel full of pipeweed, and we smoked all of it. And then you were sick.
And honestly, this makes so much sense. For those of you who haven't read the Silmarillion, and statistically that is at least 5 of you, Tolkien essentially gets to have his cake and eat it too by creating the Valar, a pantheon of pagan gods who act as mostly present forces in Arda, allowing Eru, the Judeo-Christian stand-in creator deity, to chill in the timeless halls and play music. The hobbits essentially show up from, and this is canon, fuck knows where, and migrate to Eriador. Oh, sorry. So I've been told that apparently there's some non-canonical bullshit that ties their origins to ruin. Seriously, ruin.
They say he dreamed one night of a place with endless streams of cold water and rolling hills so soft a family could dig an hole and live in it in less than a month.
Okay, cool. So there's desert hobbits. What are they making like adorable little windmills and drinking out of cacti or something?
No, it's a lot more Mad Maxy, actually.
Nobody's that stupid.
Be nicer to him.
They don't have shoes for their cactus. What the are they doing? The hobbits eventually established the Shire in 3rd Age 1601, a mere 300 years after the Witch King of Angmar has begun his dread reign up to the north. Now, I know that Yule can mean a lot of things to a lot of people, and there's a lot of debate about Viking traditions derived from the sagas versus folk traditions, and what those traditions have become in the hands of modern practitioners, but the point is, if the hobbits are pagan, they gotta believe in Krampus, right? I mean, the Lord of the Nazgul literally set up a super spooky terror kingdom just north of them, so the threat of being dragged off by a stray Krampus or two might have been very real for our little hobbits. I mean, and they literally have the Barrow Downs right next door. Now, for the movie folk wondering what the Barrow Downs are, they are the most horrifying sequence in the entire trilogy, and you are lucky that we never had to go there in the movies.
They're in Rings of Power, you know.
What do you mean they're in Rings of Power?
I know you haven't seen season 2 yet.
Don't at me with Rings of Power. I don't care. That's not canon. It's fan service. I don't care how many stupid, sexy Saurons they try to throw at me. Stupid, sexy Sauron. And the hobbits literally have their own Santa Claus, who is very real and gives them very real presents. And also, like, takes one of them every 50 years or so. Wait, are we sure that Gandalf isn't Krampus? Krampdolf. Krampus? Also, for those who celebrate, an early Happy Gandalf smoting the Balrog upon the mountainside day on January 25th. I hope you're celebrating in the traditional fashion.
Darkness took me, and I strayed out of thought and time. The stars wheeled overhead, and every day was as long as I.
Oh, by the way, the Rohirrim celebrate Yule as well. All your favorite people are pagan, except for the elves, who are radically deist. You know, for a devout Catholic, Tolkien kind of seemed to hate Christmas. Did you know that J.R.R. Tolkien wrote a Christmas book? Well, actually, it's more like a series of letters that he wrote just to entertain his kids. They center around missives from a polar bear writing to his kids, explaining to them the ongoing problems that the inhabitants of the North Pole are having with orcs and various other magical creatures. There is a lot of crossover in Tolkien's universe between The Lord of the Rings and his other properties, specifically ones that he wrote for his kids. So we have, I forgot what it's called, either like the North Pole letters or the Santa letters or something like that. We'll have a picture of it up here. But there's those. Tom Bombadil, the character, originally started just as a character that he invented to entertain his children as well. And The Hobbit, the one that we all know and love, famously began also as a way to just entertain his kids. Which means that all those letters about the North Pole are just as canonically part of Middle-earth and the Lord of the Rings as anything else. So you're welcome. That means that Santa Claus is very real and canon. Happy Yule, y'all!